All right, guys, we have our spicy Fiesta king cake for you today. Look at all of that yummy goodness. Woohoo! Okay, for our king cake, what we're gonna do is go ahead and get the queso started first. So I got the Velveeta Queso Blanco. You can use whatever your favorite is. And we're gonna use a couple of cans of the diced fire roasted rotel. One of the reasons why I like to use this Velveeta is it does melt really well. So all I'm gonna do is slice down like this. Then I'm just gonna come down the center here. Flip it over on the side, do the same thing. It's a quick and easy way to get it all cut up. Now on the rotel, I did what I call as a quick drain on it. It's just like dump it over, pour a little bit of the liquid out, but don't try to drain it all. Otherwise your cheese dip, your queso will end up a little thick. Which if that happens, you can always thin it down with a little milk. That works too. You can even do this in a crock pot or in the microwave as well. So I'm just gonna take this, pour this over the top. All right, now we're gonna throw this on the smoker so it can get to melting and taking on some of that yummy smoke. Okay, for the next part, we've got our queso on the smoker already. We're gonna get the inside part of the king cake made. So what I've got in my bowl here is around a cup, maybe a cup and a half of shredded cheese. And I've got a block of softened cream cheese in here. I'm gonna do a little bit of garlic powder here. Let's go ahead and do that now. And then I'm gonna do just a little bit of the ground sea salt. So grind that in there. So now let's get our poppers prepped. So I've got some of these big fat jalapenos. All I'm gonna do is slice the end off, slice it right down the middle like this. When you're doing this step, please make sure you're wearing gloves because otherwise you will be sorry. Don't ask me how I know. Whatever you touch will burn. I'm gonna take out the membrane and the seeds here. All I'm gonna do is run my thumb down the center of it. This is why it's also nice to wear gloves. So it's gonna look like that. So I'm gonna do that for all of them. So now I'm gonna take some Johnsonville jalapeno cheddar sausage. You can use whichever sausage is your favorite sausage to do with this. I just think the jalapeno cheddar goes really, really fabulous with this meal. As you can see, we're gonna do probably about half of a link in each one of those. So I'm just gonna cut that in half right there. I'm going to mix the cream cheese and cheese mixture up here. This is why you have to have that cream cheese softened too, because you want it to mix really, really well together. I threw mine on the smoker for a little bit to get a little bit of smoke on it too. I think that will add just a little extra layer of flavor. So I'm gonna take my jalapenos here. I'm gonna put the cheese mixture right in the middle. Don't be shy with it. We have plenty. Kind of pat it out. Make sure it fills the whole jalapeno boat. So this will depend on, so like right here, I've used 4 whole jalapenos for this. So if you've got more jalapenos, you'll need to adjust the middle accordingly. Now what we're gonna do is take the jalapeno cheddar sausage and just kind of push it down into the center. It doesn't have to go all the way down. Like I said, I'll show you what we're gonna do with it here in a minute. Longer ones, I think I'm gonna do 1.5 here. That way we get sausage and jalapenos in every bite. Yum. So now what I'm gonna do is get set up to make the actual ring part with our crescent rolls. So we've already got our jalapeno boats built here. Our next step is to get out our base, which is what our ring's gonna be made of, which is crescent rolls. So I like to use the flaky or the buttermilk crescent rolls. They worked really well. So you're gonna need 3 cans of these, and we're gonna make a circle with them. They don't pop anymore like they used to. They used to scare the bejesus out of me whenever I would open up a can. So when we're building, we're basically going to be alternating the triangular crescent roll shape, opposite directions every other one. We're gonna start here with the tip pointing in there, and then we're gonna go the big end pointing like that. So we're gonna do that all the way around. Don't worry too much at this point whether it's exactly the way you want it, because we're gonna go back in and make it right here in a little bit. So fun fact about king cakes, little history on it. So king cakes came over from France. I often associate them with Louisiana and New Orleans area. When the French came in, they brought the king cake concept with them. Oftentimes now you'll see it at Mardi Gras time periods in New Orleans. You'll see them decorated with the Mardi Gras colors, the yellow, the purple, the green. And most of the times they will be sweet. So like I said, today's we are making savory. It's our savory take on a king cake. I know it looks like a hodgepodge mess right now, but I promise you it will come together. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take our jalapeno boats that we've made and I'm gonna place them around the center of the circle. Pull them in just a little bit so that you have some dough to work with here, because we're gonna be folding over the tops of these. Couldn't have worked that out more perfect. Okay, if you don't like jalapenos, you don't necessarily have to use them. You could use a different type of pepper as well. All right, now we're gonna tuck it all in. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna pull it over. I'm not gonna tuck it in just yet. I'm just gonna kind of lay it over the top first of all. Lay it all in towards the middle. So this is a great thing to make like this summer. We will eat this a lot of times out by the pool. Once I make this, I'll cut it up into bite-sized pieces and everybody can kind of come in and get their own. It's even good if it's not like piping hot, so it's not something you have to be super careful about keeping it warm. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of use my hands like this to pull it to make it more in that circular shape. And then I'm also gonna pull over and pinch close any of those opening spots that I might still be able to see the peppers and the cheese, because what we don't want to happen is all of that yummy goodness on the inside spilling outside. Look at it. All right, now I've got my Smoke and Magic pork rub we're gonna put on the top here. I'm gonna sprinkle this all around. This is just gonna add a little bit of sweet heat to it. Goes really, really well with the crescent rolls and the poppers. We have our smoker running at 350 degrees. You could do this on a smoker, you can do it in the oven. We're gonna have it on there for about 40 to 45 minutes or until it's nice and golden brown. So just pay attention to that. If your smoker doesn't go up to 350 or you're not comfortable with that and you knock it down to 300, it obviously is gonna need to cook a little longer to brown, but just pay attention to once it starts to brown, you're ready to take it off. Okay, so it's been about 45 minutes. Our king cake is looking nice and golden brown, and oh my gosh, the queso. Oh, just hold on, let me show you. Check that out. And look at that smoked queso right there. I've melted a stick of butter. I'm just gonna baste the top of our king cake with some butter, because you know, everything's better with butter. Don't be shy with it. Make sure all that is slathered in that butter. Butter makes everything better. So, does it smell good, babe?
It makes a fat kid happy. Oof. I cannot wait.
Can't wait to see what you guys think about this recipe. Double check that I got it all the way around. Oh, let's go right here. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. All those little nooks and crannies and crevices covered. Okay. Oh, that smoked queso that we've got. Oh, so remember we used the fire roasted rotel and the Velveeta queso blanco. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna take some of this. We're gonna start putting it over the top of the king cake. Man, not only is everything better with butter, but we got butter and queso? Come on, peeps. This is gonna be amazing. In case you didn't know, cheese is my favorite food, just saying. So we want that yummy goodness running down all parts of our king cake. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, this makes me so happy. Now I'm gonna turn it and make sure I got all the angles here. A smidge more right over here. Just a smidge. Oh my goodness, okay. What I'm gonna do next is, we love chicharrones. You can make your own or you can buy them in the grocery store. Homemade chicharrones are our favorite, but We got these at the grocery store. So just plain chicharron pork rinds. That's all they are. No seasonings, no flavorings. We took those and then I just mashed them up in the bag. And I'm just gonna sprinkle these over the top to add a little bit of texture, a little bit of crunch to our dish. And put as many or as few as you like. Or if you wanted to use a different chip, you certainly could do that too. We just like these. All right, next, we're gonna do some homemade crema. Look at all of that yummy goodness, woohoo! Now, let's get into our favorite part. Let me slice you up some. All right.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Well,
yeah.
you're slicing that just like a pizza,
Yeah.
like a calzone.
Yeah, because you got to get a cross section of all that goodness in there. The jalapeno, the cream cheese, the crescent rolls, the queso.
What's that beautiful board you're spinning this on?
Oh, these boards,
GBC?
GBC boards, Kansas City. If you have not, check it out. See there?
Tim Gaunt.
Tim Gaunt, okay? His boards are amazing. They're in lots of different restaurants. He makes the wooden cutting boards and the composite ones as well. All right, let's take this out here.
Look at
Oh,
that.
yum. Let me see, babe. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. You can see the jalapeno cheddar sausage. All right, I got mine. Ah. It's
Good
so
Lord.
good. Mm.
The jalapeno.
It just totally pops it.
And it was soft.
Yeah.
You see she nailed the bottom crust.
And the queso and the crema and the cilantro. Oh my. We gotta invite people over to eat this now.
Nobody knows. You know, the first thing when I walked over here, she's been shooting this for hours without me out in here. You smell the cilantro. And it really comes in so well with this whole dish. The cilantro, the crema, it all just works so well together. For an original recipe, you've knocked this out of the park.
Thank you, babe. That's a wrap.
I'm never gonna be skinny.